If you are feeling confused in life, watch this video. Hey soul family, welcome to the channel. I'm Rosa, and if this is the first time that you are seeing my face, then welcome. It is such a blessing to have you here on the channel. Now today's video is about if you are feeling lost in life, if you're feeling confused about your life and your circumstances and just everything is a bundle of like, what the hell am I doing here? What is my purpose? Why am I going through this cycle, this situation, these circumstances, questioning maybe everything about manifestation, questioning your life, your choices, the creator even. I want to tell you, it's actually a good thing. Okay, the truth is, we live in a world of complete uncertainty. We live in a world where we have no clue what to expect is going to come next for us. We have no clue why we're here, what we're meant to do, any of that. In fact, everyone's confused. Yep, I said it. Everyone is confused. I don't care if you're a professional, a teacher, an athlete, a celebrity, a manifestation coach. I literally don't care who you are. If you're a human being on earth, you've had unlimited moments of confusion of your purpose, why you're here, etc. And I study this ancient mysticism. It's called Kabbalah. In fact, I have a little Kabbalah necklace right here. Kabbalah is an interpretation of the Old Testament and explains how the teachings, they're not meant to be literal, they're meant to be symbolism, they're meant to decode the journey of the soul and the human experience, why we're all here. And it's just a very deep study. It goes extremely deep, talks about almost any single spiritual topic you can think of. It is most likely spoken about in Kabbalah. And I've been studying this wisdom for many years, and something that one of the teachers says, in fact a lot of them say this, but one in particular is coming to mind. The teacher David Guillaume, he's one of the big teachers at the Kabbalah Center, and he teaches that if you are in a confused state, that is actually the best state that you could possibly be in. In fact, you know, as human beings, we all tend to think when we feel good, we feel great, we feel clear, we feel certain, that's when we're receiving the most light from the creator. But he's saying, no, it's actually the opposite. When we're feeling doubt, we're feeling confusion, we're feeling uncertainty, we're feeling pain, we're feeling fear, we're feeling the furthest away from the light, that is actually when we are the closest to the light. What? Once again, if you are not new to this channel, you know I talk about paradoxes a lot and how two things can be true at once, or things that seem contradictory can be true, and we have the capacity to expand our consciousness to be able to understand these paradoxes. But how can this be true? Again, it sounds like such a paradox. What do you mean when I feel like there's the least light, there's actually the most light? But it's because only in these moments when we're being tested, we're being really challenged with the confusion feelings, only in those moments is there an opening for us to completely transform our lives and enter into a new timeline. Kabbalah teaches that there are infinite parallel realities all existing at once. And it's not just Kabbalah that talks about this. It's hundreds, thousands of spiritual teachings, ancient wisdoms across the world that teach us that there's something called, either whether you want to say the quantum field or the endless world, or I don't know, other names are not coming to me right now, but this field of infinite potentiality exists energetically, where every single possible outcome that we could ever tap into, every timeline, it exists in this space. When are we able to actually make that shift from one timeline to another is when we're actually going through a challenge. When we're actually being faced with confusion, this is where we're able to make that quantum leap, where we're able to shift our destiny, because it's based on our response to it. It's based on how we act next. It's based on how we interpret and create from this state. So really what it is, it's an opportunity to either pass the test, pass the challenge that we've been given, or to repeat the same cycle, to do the same thing over and over again. And what does Einstein say? Someone who does the same thing over again with, you know, expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. So what do we want to do? We want to create a new outcome for ourselves. So this time that you're feeling this low, this time you're feeling this confusion, how can you respond differently this time around? This doesn't mean you need to rush to get out of the situation, to, you know, try to affirm your way out of it. No, you can actually allow yourself to be here right now. Feel what's coming up for you, because in the feeling is what's going to allow you to open up your consciousness so much more than it was open previously. If you ever notice, like, life is constant ebbs and flows. I'm sure we all notice this. There's never like a stagnation forever. We have highs, we have lows, we have ups, we have downs, we have ebbs, we have flows, right? It's a natural cycle of life. Not everything is stagnant. Life is constantly moving. Energy is constantly in motion. The universe is constantly expanding. Challenges have to come so that we can balance ourselves out and create a new outcome for ourselves. Change is just a constant, right? It's a constant in our life. So what we need to understand, and especially like looking back on our life, when we look back on our life, I'm sure you can see that when there have been periods of extreme downs, they were then followed by epiphanies or groundbreaking paradigm shifts that you had that led you to maybe a career path that you never would have expected, or meeting someone and an opportunity coming into your life that you never would have anticipated, expected, or maybe you take a new path and you go travel. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, when you have a breaking point, it's because you're on the verge of one of your biggest breakthroughs, because there's something here on the other side for you, but it's up to you to decide, am I going to act on that or not? And there is that, it's very important for us to actually live in that space a little bit of that confusion, because it's only through going through that process does our soul go through the cleansing that it needs to, so that we can come out on the other side. As human beings, we came into this earthly experience to have our soul go through this process of the human experience. It's not meant to be peachy clean all the time. It's meant to be up and down, ebb and flow, not to cast this spell that this is how it has to be. Absolutely not. We can always elevate and change our state, but that doesn't mean that when we elevate our state, the opponent, the ego, is not going to match us right there where we have moved to. There will always be an opposite and dual force that is going to create balance in our life, because that's what this world is. Wherever there is the most light, there's also the most darkness. Okay, this is just a truth about life and reality, is wherever there's a lot of darkness, there has to be equal amount of light coming after it. So this is also why when I look at what's happening in the world on a mass level, it looks like there's so much darkness, but I also hold the belief that because there's so much darkness being brought to the light, brought to the surface right now, it's because there's a potential for us to have that equal amount of light. And imagine how much light is going to come at the end of this global darkness. And I know that's like, it's a crazy big, out there thought, but truly something so important that I believe we should all be focusing on as well. I know we're talking a little about the minor picture of our personal life and feeling confused in our personal life, but a lot of it also has to do with the collective unconsciousness. And we're all connected through, everything that's happening in the world right now as well. And it's deep and it's big and it's hard to talk about and it's hard to think about, but we need to put our energy and intention to call in not just the healing for ourselves on this personal level, but also for the world at large. To be manifesting not just for ourselves to get out of this confusion, but for the world to get through this state, to put our intention, focus, energy, prayers, meditation, energy into this, because your energy makes such a big difference, so much more than you know. Okay, and the reason we're getting these confusions and the doubts and insecurities and not knowing what the hell is going on in our life is because that's literally why we're here. We're meant to go through this process. Kabbalah calls this our tikkun. A tikkun means our personal soul's baggage that we come into this world with. We come here to correct, to overcome certain attributes, certain traumas, certain things that are wounds that need to be looked at, really dug into and healed. And we can't do that. We can't heal certain things if we're not faced with the challenge. We're not faced with the adversity, the duality, the darkness, and the negativity to be able to then come out on the other side of it. We need to be able to go into it, feel the shit, feel the guck, feel the uncomfortableness of that confusion, and then transmute out of it and hold on to that consciousness at the same time of yes, I feel like shit right now. Yes, I'm confused as hell right now, but I also know that there is equal amount of light at the end of this. I don't see how, I don't know how. That's why I'm here. This is literally the confusion of this reality, this earth school of complete forgetfulness. But we need to remind ourselves of this, and this is exactly what I'm aiming to do with this video, is to be that reminder for you today that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. That when there is darkness, there is equal light. When there's darkness, there's an opportunity opportunity for growth. There's an opportunity for us to look at the shit, to look at what's not working in our life, to look at what cycles are repeating that we want to overcome so we no longer need to carry this for the rest of our life. We want to be able to remove the blockages, the limitations, the klipot, as Kabbalah would say, that is attached to our soul. Klipot means these curtains, these energetic like curtains or shells that are blocking the light from entering into our life. The creator, this creator force, God, is always shining. The light is always shining in our life. Why can't we feel it at certain points or another? It's because we have these energetic blockages and curtains. How can we remove these energetic blockages and curtains? Like I said, it's in these moments of doubt and confusion. We cannot heal if everything is perfect all the time. We cannot do what our soul came here to do if we got everything handed to us and there was no process. We're here for the process. And sometimes it damn sucks. It does. It's just like, there's no other way around than putting it that way. But we're here for this. This is what you were born for. Remember that. You're a warrior. You are here to help us aid humanity and the collective consciousness. And of course, we all love feeling clarity. We love feeling like everything's working out in our favor. And trust me, I promise you, there will be a time where we're all holding hands and laughing at how our soul believed in all the illusions of this world and how limited we placed ourselves, how limited we made ourselves, how small we viewed ourselves. So I urge you, remember your power right now. Remember why you're here. Understand the confusion serves a purpose. Transformation happens here. It happens now. It doesn't happen when you're out of it. It happens now. So don't rush your way out of the process, because the process is why we're here. That was a big one, and it went on a whole other turn that I didn't expect it to, but hey, that's why we're here, isn't it? This is why I show up. This is why I make these videos, because this is what I need to share with the world. So I really hope it was received by you. Please let me know in the comments down below what you're feeling after this. Did this like spark any emotions within you? Did this make you realize something that you haven't realized before? Like, just share any and all thoughts that you have with me down below. Let's have a discussion, conversation. I'd love to hear you, support you, see you in the comments down below. I am sending you so much love, and until my next video, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Mwah.